Feeds and Kaufman Livestock. The South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, will bring us the reading of the officials. Gary Zell Auto Glass, our post-game report sponsor, and the Mirror Family Hair Care brings us in-game scoreboard updates. Wolsey-Wessington sponsors are Onward Wolsey Business Association, American Family Insurance of Miller and Huron, and Shooters in Wolsey. And welcome to Madison, the Dakota State University Trojan Fieldhouse here tonight. One epic game already in the books, an overtime win for Castlewood. They get DeSmet twice on the year, once by 20 and once by 2 in overtime as Castlewood advances to next Tuesday's SODAC 16. They need another participant from Region 2B, though. That would be either Wessington Springs or Wolsey-Wessington. We're looking forward to a good one here tonight. This, of course, the rubber match. Wessington Springs came back for one of the biggest comebacks I've ever seen in my entire life at the 281 Conference Championship, won that one at the Huron Arena, then went to Wolsey-Wessington, lost by 6 a couple weeks later. Rubber match is here tonight for all them marbles as the winner gets into the SODAC 16 next Tuesday. Let's send it back to the studios. When we come back, we'll talk to Joey Mitchell. Joey is the head coach of the Wessington Springs Spartans after a win last night at home, coming in at 19-2. We'll talk to Joey Mitchell about Wessington Springs Spartan basketball after this timeout. You're listening to the pregame show for the Region 2B semis, live from Madison on Dakota Sports, 1210 KOKK.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
At Olympic Chevrolet Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on an helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used dependent vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet, call them 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicdmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back, 1210 KOKK. Matt watching live from Madison tonight, the old Dakota State Trojan Fieldhouse here for Region 2B. We got a final in the books, Castlewood and DeSmet. Right now we're getting ready for Wolsey-Wessington and Wessington Springs. Right now we sit down with Spartan head coach Joey Mitchell. And Joey, we could have taken care of this at the Huron Arena. Why do we have to drive all the way to Madison?
Oh, I can't agree more. In both teams, I can imagine they enjoy playing there as we do. But just with the regions and its rules and how it's set up, we're playing here. Neutral site, but still a different atmosphere than what guys are used to, but it should be a fun night.
Now, this is obviously a weather reschedule. This week was supposed to go Tuesday, Friday, but now you're playing back-to-back nights. Any concern on that?
Realistically, I like where we're at still, even though it is back-to-back. We have, 9-10 guys. Last night we went even a little deeper. We got down to 13, 14. Just managing some minutes and time and preparation for tonight. So with our rotation of 8-9 guys, and did save some legs last night. We were able to. I think we have a good chance here.
One of those legs had everybody holding their breath for a moment. Parker Graff went down early, came back and played the rest of the game. He looked fine, had a little bit of a limp. I saw they wrapped it and sleeved it. Where's he at today?
Pretty much in the same spot where he was last night. We had a little walkthrough shoot around this morning, and he has a little bit of a limp. You can tell it's a little tender. But to his credit, he's a gamer. Just like last night, he knew we had a game tonight. He knew he had to get himself kind of in a little bit of a groove, and he didn't score a lot last night. I think he had 7 points, but he got the ball up the court in transition for us fast, like I've been asking. Getting other guys looks. So he's done nice things for other guys, making other guys on the team better.
Well, and unfortunately for you guys, dealing with injuries has just been coming with the territory this year. You guys have just been hit hard. But again, we talked about it yesterday. Everybody kind of coming back and everything kind of coming together.
You're exactly right. Yeah, we nailed it yesterday with broken foot, torn meniscus, saw accident with the hand. So it's just endless, realistically. And but there's no beautiful way for me. I always try to relate basketball back to life for the kids, and that's life. As soon as you think you have a little money in your pocket, your furnace goes out. So you got to constantly be able to battle the adversity.
Luke, with the hand, I see it's wrapped up. It's got some sort of splint on there. Is there any pain when the ball hits it, or is he kind of trying to guard it or keep it behind his back?
The splint is mainly just for protection of, he had to get the tendon stitched, so they just don't want it really to bend still. And with basketball being a little bit of contact, they just don't want it to bend the wrong way. So it's more of a precautionary safety thing. I think maybe he is back a week or two early. I don't know for sure on that, but the doctor did clear him and said he'd have him back, and that was 8-9 weeks he's had out just with that kind of a deal. So.
We have to go back to the 281 championship game. What an amazing game. Just unbelievable. You guys were down, having just kind of a rough go for, well, quite honestly, almost 3 whole quarters. And then all of a sudden, the most epic comeback I have ever seen. What a 281 championship it was for you guys.
Oh, I imagine that one will go down in the history books of kind of just ever. I played a lot of basketball, been around a lot of basketball, and I've never been a part of anything like that in my life. And honestly, there was times where it's just like, it was unbelievable, simply unbelievable. But like you said, we pretty much showed up for 1 quarter that night. Woolsey caught some foul trouble at the same time. We kind of got things gelling. Some kids that normally don't get to play for them kind of cost some turnovers up for us. And it couldn't have been a more perfect storm with how things went for that. But again, that's basketball. Now it's March and March Madness. That's a legitimate thing, and that's basketball. You got to show up every single night.
Well, and this is actually the 3rd time because you guys played a few weeks after that 281 championship at their place, and you were telling me that one was tied with about a minute to play. They got a 3, and it kind of swelled to 6 there at the closing seconds.
Yeah. And again, being a basketball guy, we were down 8 in the 3rd quarter. We battled back again, tied it up 39-39, and then they late shot clock, 1 or 2 seconds left on the shot clock, about a minute and 14 seconds to go in the game, and Caleb hit a 28-footer. And honestly, in our terms, that's a dagger. That was kind of a dagger, and at their place, momentum, the crowd went nuts. We came down, we got a wide open look, it didn't go, and then after that we were in scramble mode fouling, and they made some free throws.
Talking about tonight's game finally here, one thing I guess is you guys, both of these teams, didn't have to show a lot last night. You were able to kind of maneuver, play more kids than you planned, you said. So kind of coming in tonight with, obviously similar, but fresh game plan.
Yeah, exactly. As you mentioned, though, we played each other twice already. We played each other every year, whether it becomes twice now because those good programs and being top 281 teams, you get on that winner side of the bracket and you play twice in a season. And now being in the same region 3 times, you just kind of get to know each other. So even if you don't show anything last night, we kind of know what they got going on, and they know what we got going on. So.
And speaking of getting to know each other, last question here. You were here with these kids. You were gone for a minute. You came back. This group of seniors here. You've been here either way the whole time, and it's got to feel kind of special. This group come full circle.
Oh, you're exactly right. When I was here before, they were freshmen, and I can tell you some of those kids, I honestly did not know if they liked me back then. And as a freshman, it's hard. And I can tell you I'm a hard coach, and I love basketball. I was passionate about it. But a couple of them reached out to me. The job came open, and a couple of them reached out and asked, "You're going to be our coach, right?" And when they start asking things like that, it hits a little different.
Very good. Well, good luck in the game tonight. It's always been a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully we talk to you down the road.
Hey, thank you, Matt.
Joey Mitchell, our head coach of the Western Spring Spartan boys. I'll send it back to the studios here. More pregame show live from Madison. Stay tuned. Reaching 2B championships coming up on KOKK.
This is Crystal Volkwartson, agent at Volkwartson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. 6 F-35 fighter jets, 1 NFL team, a trip to the moon. All have $1 billion price tag. Something else that cost $1 billion, respiratory problems in the beef industry each year. It's time to fight back against these costly respiratory challenges. That's why Purina Stress Care Starters are formulated with RX3 immune support technology. It boosts calves' natural defenses, priming their immune systems from the start. Talk to your Dakota Land Feeds rep today to learn more about Purina Stress Care Starter.
Dakota Sports.
Now watching back on the pregame show here on 1210 KOKK, live from Madison tonight, the old Dakota State Fieldhouse here, as we have some Region 2 B-Boys basketball action. Castlewood DeSmet in the books, getting ready for the rubber match here, Wessington Springs and Wolsey Wessington. We sit down right now with Warbird head coach Hayden Hooks. And Hayden, thanks for joining us here. I guess let's go back to the 281, as much as you might not want to talk about it. It was an epic game. I mean, I know you probably wanted to be on the other side at the end, but just to be part of something like that, have you ever seen a comeback like that, like in real life on the sideline?
No, probably not. And it does suck to be on the wrong side of it, but it was a heck of a game, and I definitely think from that point our season's gone in the right direction. So it was a good thing in reality for us, probably.
And it wasn't much further down the road. You guys got them at your place, beat them by 6. So, you know, we kind of got to feel vindicated right there. And it was only a couple weeks later.
Yeah. We play these guys a lot. Both teams know each other really well. So, you know, each and every night it could be a different outcome every time.
It doesn't really feel so much rivalry, because these kids are all kind of high-fiving knuckles and everything after the game. Like, they're just kind of a big group of friends, really.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of mutual respect between both teams, coaches, and communities. I wouldn't say it's a rivalry yet, but it's kind of headed in that direction.
Yeah, the way they aligned everything here for you. So take me through that second game. For some reason, we didn't have that one on the schedule. I don't know why we didn't after that crazy 281 championship, but it was your place. I know the final was something like 45-39. Maybe take me through the last minute or so of that one.
Yeah, it was pretty back and forth, and Caleb stepped up and hit a big shot for us at the end, and they missed the shot, obviously, and then just free throws.
Couple free throws.
Out, yeah.
Make it 6 right there at the end. And you brought up Caleb. Let's talk about this whole group of seniors here again. I like to talk about them in the postseason, and just what a special group this group has been, and how much fun has it been?
Yeah, it is a special group. You know, they've had a lot of potential their whole career, but never really accomplished what they wanted to. And in football, we were able to get to where we wanted to get to and come up a little short. So they've been really anxious in basketball to, you know, finish a goal that they've set. So we're excited. It's a fun group. It'll be a group that's missed a lot. But we're excited to take the floor.
And one thing that we haven't really talked a lot about is the addition of Tweet this season. What a huge addition. You know, sometimes these players just fall into your lap. I understand his mom got a job at the school, and that was it. Lars Tweet, your starting lineup.
Yeah.
And the kid can shoot, man.
Yeah.
Flat out shoot.
He can shoot, and he's fit in really well. You know, he's not afraid to make passes. You know, he came in a little timid at first, but the guys really made him feel at home pretty quick, and everybody let him know how confident we were in him as a shooter, and he's been a special player for us all year.
Well, the rubber match tonight there with Wessington Springs, 1 win against them, 1 loss this season. What do you expect tonight? I mean, you kind of know what you're getting, right?
Yeah, you know, it should be a back-and-forth game. Come down to the end, and just whoever, you know, executes at the end. I think a big thing will be like loose balls and things, who's getting those. But this is basketball. It's about making shots and playing with a lot of heart, so we'll see what happens.
We're looking forward to a good one. Thanks so much for joining us here, Coach. Good luck in the game, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you.
Hayden Hooks, their head coach, the Wolsey Wessington boys, back to the studios. We'll come back with some officials, some starting lineups, and we'll be about ready for tip-off. Wessington Springs and Wolsey Wessington tonight in Madison on KOKK.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center. Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers from Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to the Dakota State University Fieldhouse here in Madison, South Dakota. Region 2B semis. One team already in the SODAC 16. One team already in the game to play into the SODAC 16. That's Castlewood, as they defeated DeSmet earlier tonight in overtime. They got a little wild here in Madison. Dakota State announcer here trying to work everything out. He had announced Wolsey Wessington as the home team, but we of course know that's not going to be the case tonight. Let's get a look at our lineups here for Hayden Hooks in the 3rd seeded Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. They come in at 17-4 after the win last night. Off the bench tonight, Keaton Zomer, Cooper Tim, Harley Roberts, Clay Carey, Jesse McCown, Sawyer Nelson, Isaiah Savalier, and Jet Kleinsasser. Starters for the Warbirds, number 1, Caleb Richmond, number 2, Peyton Rainford, number 4, Moshe Richmond, number 10, Colin Hughes, and number 32, Lars Tweed. Again, Richmond, Rainford, Hughes, and Tweed. Wolsey Wessington will wear the dark unis, black unis with the yellow numbers. Over to Wessington Springs in the home whites, the number 2 seed. Joey Mitchell, their head coach, 19-2 after a win last night. Starting lineup tonight for Wessington Springs, off the bench rather, Sam Ponsolo, Luke Larson, Brandon Flowers, Grady Grand, Tregan Jensen, Hayden Boucher, Ronick Fierstead, Gavin Brandenburg, and Richard Cardona. Starting for the Spartans, number 0, Carter Mebius, number 1, Wes Molnar, number 2, Parker Graff, number 5, Colby Flowers, and number 11, Ryder Mahalik. Again, Mebius, Molnar, Graff, Mahalik, Flowers. They wear the white unis with the blue numbers. Colby Flowers in the center circle, ready to go. Wolsey Wessington just being announced. We got Terry Duffy, Jordan Remmers. I didn't hear the 3rd one, but that's our officiating crew. Our law on the floor, as brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Jordan Remmers here. Terry Duffy on the floor. 2 of our 3, again, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Here comes Moshe to the center circle. Here comes the official, and we're ready for tip-off. Should be an epic rubber match. Wolsey Wessington's got to win at home by 6. Wessington Springs came back and won the 281. Flowers swats it into the backcourt to Ponsolo, or to Molnar rather, and we are underway. Here's Parker Graff, top of the key, right side Mahalik. Ryder hesitates, drives, leaves it out for Graff. Graff slips a little, drives anyway, throws up the runner, no good. And he went down and he's clutching the knee again. And Graff is on the first play. Looks like he's going to have to come out. Caleb Richmond for 3, no good. Rebound grabbed by Mahalik. And yeah, Graff is hurt. He will check out. Sam Ponsolo will come in. And it's a little bit like we saw last night as Graff went down last night, sat for a little while, went into the locker room, and now comes out on the first play and is down again. Wessington Springs, no score here between Wolsey Wessington and Wessington Springs. Mahalik across the timeline, and we talked to Joey Mitchell about this in the pregame show. It's unfortunate, but this team does have plenty of experience playing through injuries and around injuries and different lineups. They've had a lot of injuries this year, and kind of everybody coming together now here right at the end of the year. Here's a missed shot, rebound by Moshe. Moshe ahead to Caleb. Wolsey Wessington to the offensive end. Caleb into the paint, outside to Rainford on the wing right side. Back up top for Richmond. Caleb to Moshe, left side. Caleb, here's the ball knocked away from Moshe, picked up by Colby Flowers. Flowers has Moshe in hot pursuit. Moshe over pursues and will pick up the first foul of the night. So again, for Washington Springs, Parker Graff goes down on the first play, and they will send Graff to the locker room. Take a look. And again, this happened yesterday. He didn't want to put any weight on it, barely was walking to the sideline, and came back and played the rest of the game. So we won't guess. We'll wait and see. Here's Flowers. Mahalik for three. No good. Rebound, Lars Tweet. Tweet ahead to Caleb. Caleb Richmond across midcourt. Caleb a big part of the win there in Woolsey. And here's Caleb losing it off his foot and out of bounds. Richmond, I understand, hit about a 30-foot three-pointer inside of a minute left in a 39-39 ball game. And then a couple of free throws late made it 45-39 as Wolsey Wessington already avenged that 281 championship loss. This is the rubber match for a whole bunch of marbles. Here's Mahalik at the top of the key on the dribble. Guarded out there by Colin Hughes. Mahalik crosses over, past Hughes, past another defender, and lays it in. Ryder Mahalik opens the scoring. 2 minutes in, 2-0, and here's a steal. Taken away by Molnar. We go the other way. West all the way to the rack, too strong off the window. Moshe there for the rebound. Ahead to Peyton Rainford. Rainford gives it back. Moshe on the way to the basket is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. We'll see who the first foul of the night on Wessington Springs is. Be Colby Flowers. That's his first. Well, Mitchell with 9, sometimes 10 guys. Bench got a little bit shorter here as Graff goes down early. Moshe trying to get Wolsey Wessington on the board. First free throw is good. Well, we already had one overtime game tonight. Castlewood defeated DeSmet by 2 in overtime. Moshe knocks down the second, and we got a tie game here at 2 apiece. 5:43 left, opening quarter. Wessington Springs with the ball. Consolo across midcourt for Molnar. Molnar on the dribble, the handoff here for Carter Mebius. Carter hit some big threes last night. Here he lobs it into Flowers. Flowers lost it on the way up, had to push up a shot. Did. Lars Tweet saved in the rebound to Mahalik. Pass over, Mebius drives, lays it in. Carter Mebius, his first basket. 4-2 Wessington Springs. Here's Caleb Richmond at the timeline, knocked away. Molnar the steal, and then, oh, no whistle. Wow, I thought Caleb had committed a foul there. Here's Tweet the other way. Tweet trying to leave it for Hughes inside, lost it, but Colin able to find the handle. Now they clear it out to Rainford, and they'll reset. Right wing Moshe to Colin Hughes. Colin back outside. Caleb a deep three. No good. Front iron. Colby Flowers the board. Flowers to Ponsolo. Ponsolo back across midcourt, working quickly. Mebius left side. Gives it off to a cutting Colby Flowers. Flowers the spin move. Throws one up. How about a bucket and one? Flowers knew he was going to get the contact, so he threw up a prayer, and by golly, it went in. Fouls called on Caleb Richmond. His first, second on the team, and Hughes will check out now for Sabalier. Well, for Wolsey Wessington, really about kind of 7 starters, really, maybe 8. Sawyer Nelson, Isaiah Sabalier, Colin Hughes have all started throughout the year kind of interchangeably. Colby Flowers going to knock down the extra free throw for the old-fashioned 3, and the Spartans off to a 5-point lead at 7-2. Wolsey Wessington with Rainford across the timeline. They'll leave it back for Lars Tweet. Tweet hit 5 threes last night in Wessington Springs. Hit 3 of them in a big third quarter. Here's Moshe the drive. Can't quite get the finish. Rebound Ponsolo. Molnar, Mebius, way down to Flowers. Colby the drive. Somebody else went down. Colby's going to finish that one off. It was Moshe Richmond. Moshe went right into the crowd, and he is now okay. 9-2 Wessington Springs. Hooks wants a timeout. 4:11 to play first quarter. We'll take a timeout of 30 seconds. Back in 30 on KOKK.
Your You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Madison. 4 minutes and 11 seconds remain in the opening quarter. The very first play tonight, Washington Springs, Parker Graff went down underneath the basket and did not get back up. They brought him to the locker room, and his team responded with a quick run to take a 7-point lead. Here's Rainford across the timeline, tipping it ahead. Ponsalo knocks it out of bounds. So the Washington Springs Spartans playing without Graff. And again, a lineup that they're used to playing interchangeably as well, like we said about Nelson and Sabalier for Woolsey Wessington and Colin Hughes, that Washington Springs got a bunch of starters too. Bunch of kids that can sub in at any time. Here's Moshe. He's fouled on his way up, and he'll shoot free throws. See who the foul's on here for Washington Springs. It'll be their second. It'll be on Wes Molnar, and it's his first. Inbounding duties, I guess, here. Huh, I thought that was a shooting foul, but the officials do not agree. Lars Tweet will inbound for Woolsey Wessington. A lob into Moshe on the right wing. Moshe to Peyton Rainford, resets the screen. Rainford to the top of the key, leaves it for Tweet. Back to Rainford in the right corner. Peyton flips it back to Tweet. Lars on the dribble to the top. Left side, Moshe. Moshe the crossover. Almost lost it. Mahalik on the deck. Moshe's on the deck. And they're going to say Mahalik had it, but he was out of bounds. So Woolsey Wessington will hold on to the basketball. And Lars Tweet again will inbound, this time in front of the Spartan bench. 3:36 to play first quarter. 9-2 Spartans. Rainford, crossover, drive, left hand, high arcing, will not go. Rebound 3-4 players in the middle of the scrum. Colby Flowers comes out with it. Pass ahead for Mebius. Carter again lobs it across the timeline for Flowers. Left corner, here's Molnar. Looks at three, doesn't want it. Drives baseline. Leaves it for Colby. Flowers off the window and good. Spartans are so good at finding a way to get it inside to Colby Flowers. He's already got 7. It's 11-2. Tweet, top of the key, wide open three. No good. Rebound, Molnar. Not quite as wide open as I guess maybe wide open might indicate, but got to look. Here's a ball tipped by Caleb into the backcourt. Carter Mebius going to chase it down, and Washington Springs will hold on to it. Mebius finds Ponsalo on the baseline. He drives, leaves it for Flowers. Flowers scoops it back out to Ponsalo on his way to the ground. Almost turned it over. Mahalik right side, 15 on the shot clock. Ryder drives high off the window. That one is good. Mahalik's got a pair of baskets, and now a technical foul on Mahalik for the celebration after the shot. So that'll be his first personal foul. 13-2. He probably would have been okay, but he made a little gesture towards the Woolsey Wessington bench, and you can celebrate, but anytime you kind of direct that at a player or your opponent coaching staff, you're probably going to get rung up, and that's what happened here. Woolsey Wessington still without a field goal. They do have a couple of Moshe Richmond free throws. Rainford has a pair here, misses the first. Second is on the way. That one is good. And Woolsey Wessington will cut it to a 10-point Washington Springs lead, 13-3. 2:31 to play in the opening quarter. Winner here will play next Tuesday in the Sodak 16. Castlewood is in. They beat DeSmet in overtime. Here's Sabalier, free throw line, lobs it up to Tweet, top of the key again. Again, Woolsey Wessington has not hit a field goal yet. They have 3 free throws. Rainford had it knocked away. Molnar into the backcourt. Rainford going to chase it. They say Molnar tipped it, so it's not an over and back. Now West dives in and ties him up, and the jump ball will go to Woolsey Wessington. So with 2:05 to play in the opening quarter, Rainford's going to check out. Colin Hughes is back on. Still haven't seen Graff come back out of the locker room for Washington Springs. 2:05 left here in the first. A 10-point Spartan lead. Warbirds inbound in the backcourt to Caleb Richmond. Caleb back across the timeline, drives, a floater, up and in. Caleb Richmond, the first field goal of the night for Wolsey Wessington. The lead is 8 for Wessington Springs, 13-5. Mahalik the drive, the runner won't go, rebound Tweet. Mahalik stayed in the backcourt trying to steal it and got a second foul, so 2 now on Ryder Mahalik, and Mitchell probably going to have to reel him in a little bit. In fact, he's giving him the think about it right now. Here comes Brandon Flowers in. He'll replace Mahalik. Poncelo's going to check out. Luke Larson in for the first time tonight. 1:45 to play in the opening quarter. Wessington Springs out to an 8-point lead. It's already been 11 at one point. 13-5, the Spartans on top. Warbirds with the basketball. Caleb Richmond, top of the key, guarded by Colby Flowers. 95 seconds left in the first. The drive, and the ball ended up in the hands of Colby Flowers, and I think Brandon blocked it and collected the foul. Well, no, they're going to call it on Colby. And Caleb Richmond is slow to get up. Colby's second, and that also will put Wolsey Wessington into the bonus, and now Caleb Richmond got himself a limp. Oh, and he's not going to shoot the free throws. He's going to come out of the game. So 2 injuries already in this game. And again, we saw it last night with Gavin Waldner got hurt for James Valley Christian. A couple plays later, Parker Graff got hurt for Wessington Springs. Both of them did come back in and play in last night's game. Parker did not look, he looked like he was quite angry. So generally that indicates he maybe knows he's not going to be able to get back on. Caleb's going to the locker room right now. He's not putting much weight on that, as Rainford comes over to shoot the free throws and misses the first. So a tough go for both squads again thus far tonight, as a couple of the star players from each team injured. Rainford, second free throw is good. 13-6, a 7-point Wessington Springs lead, 90 seconds to play first quarter. Cross midcourt, Rainford almost stole it away, but it's out of bounds. Former Warbird, Austin Chemnitz making the catch. Austin and Ralph Newton, Hayden Hook's assistant coaches. Wessington Springs, here's a steal by Moshe. He'll jam it at the other end. So Moshe with his first field goal. 5-point lead now for the Spartans, 13-8. Brandon Flowers free throw line around the horn. Mebius left wing for 3 is no good. Rebound grabbed by Colin Hughes. Hughes to Tweet. A minute left opening quarter. Rainford left wing. Back off to Tweet, top of the key, guarded by Larson. Handoff for Moshe. Moshe the drive, right down Broadway, lost it, ran right into the defense. Ball picked up by Luke Larson. Larson the scoop over to Molnar. And Wes across midcourt as Wessington Springs controls. Molnar to Mebius. Mebius on the wing right side. Inside now for Grady Grand in the game. Grand down into the right corner for Larson. Cross court, Molnar looks at a 3, doesn't want it. Inside to Grand. Grand bodying up Sabalier. Throws up a shot, no good. Rebound Flowers, his shot is a miss. Rebound Lars Tweet. Tweet ahead to Rainford. Rainford off and running off the window. Peyton Rainford with his first field goal. 13-10 as the Warbirds go on an 8-0 run. And here's a ball that was, I think, just thrown out of bounds. Oh, Moshe did touch it. Okay, Mebius to Larson was the intended pass. Moshe went after it, and it got out of bounds, but I didn't think he touched it for a second there. The officials say I am incorrect. Brandon Flowers will come out. Brandon out, Colby in. Ryder Mahalik is back on as well. Larson, the inbounds. They find Colby Flowers on the baseline. Cross-court Mebius looks at a 3, doesn't want it. Drives, throws up a runner, no good, and that's it for the opening quarter here in Madison. The Wolsey Wessington Warbirds come back from down 11 to make it a 3-point game after 1. Wessington Springs 13, Wolsey Wessington 10. Back in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable tree feeders from Birds Manufacturing in West Lexington. These street feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids.
Good, how you doing?
From Birds Manufacturing are made locally.
Couldn't miss this one, all right?
Bring a portable feed feeder from Birds Manufacturing of Lexington into your farming operation.
The Onward Woolsey Business Association supports all activities of the Woolsey Lexington School. The Onward Woolsey Business Association includes 281 Travel Center of Roldenville, Lexington, American Banking Trust, Schumacher Repair, McGilvery Heating and Cooling LLC, Mid-Dakota, Pullman Welfare, First Stop Insurance, and Anger Brexing's Just One More. Best of luck to the Warbirds from the Onward Woolsey Business Association.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Matt Watson back here at the Dakota State Fieldhouse in Madison, South Dakota, reaching 2B semis tonight as Castlewood is in. They defeated DeSmet. Overtime game earlier tonight. We'll see. Westington Springs, Wolsey Westington. The Spartans jumped out to an early 11-point lead, but the Warbirds go on an 8-0 run, cut it to 13-10. Luke Larson ready to inbound here for Westington Springs. Get back underway. Our game of the night over on Tiger Radio is Huron hosting Sturgis at the arena. Huron 9, Sturgis 4. That's an early score. 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. It's also our game of the night over on Tiger Radio, 1340 AM, 95.3 FM, KIJV. Jeff Duffy with the call there at the Huron Arena. Here in Madison, Westington Springs with the ball and a 3-point lead. You're listening to Region 2B Boys Basketball Semis live from Madison on 1210 AM, KOKK in Huron. Pass inside, Mebius Mahalik. Shot is up and over. Offensive rebound, Flowers. Putback is in. Colby Flowers opens the scoring. He's got 9 already tonight, and the Spartans lead 15-10. Caleb Richmond still in the back, as is. No, Parker Graff now is back on the bench. Here's a 3 on the right wing, no good for Tweet. Rebound, Luke Larson. Larson will leave it for Mahalik. Mahalik ahead to Mebius, gives it back. Ryder lost it, the drive. Nope, Mebius picks it up. Almost coughed it up there. Right wing, Mebius. Picks up the dribble, finds Luke Larson. Luke down in the corner. Colby Flowers left side, draws a quick double team. Splits it, drives, leaves it up top for Mebius. Looks at the 3, doesn't want it. Mebius drives baseline, tried to scoop one up, but he got stuck under the basket. And then Sabalier grabbed the rebound, and Mebius tied him up, well, momentarily, and then got whistled for the foul. Thought he indicated a jump ball there, but 6:49 left in the first half. 15-10 Westington Springs. Colby Flowers back on. Well, Flowers was already in. Mebius checks out for Ponsalo. So Ponsalo, Mahalik, Flowers, Larson, and Molnar. High post Moshe. Moshe the drive, and boy, him and Ryder Mahalik are going at it. Ryder wins this time, well, sort of. I mean, they got the block instead of a foul. It's out of bounds on Westington Springs, so Wolsey Westington will have the ball, but he wins the mental battle there, at least on this play. 6:37 to play first half. 15-10. Westington Springs the lead. Reaching in is Colby Flowers, and that one's going to hurt. That's his 3rd. And Joey Mitchell going to have to make a decision here. Parker Graff is back on the bench, but I don't know if we're going to see him again. We'll find out. Here comes Brandon Flowers in for Colby. Waiting to inbounds his Tweet. Inbound to Sabalier. He scoops it out to Rainford. Fresh shot clock, finds Tweet in the corner, stolen away, ripped by Molnar. Wesley back across the timeline for Westington Springs. Right wing Ponsalo in the right corner, Brandon Flowers. Brandon sees that double team that Colby saw a whole lot of. Inside for Mahalik, Ryder nearly lost it. Kicks it back out to Larson in the corner. Now Wes on the wing. 15 on the shot clock. Luke Larson for 3. Halfway down the cannon, popped out. Brandon Flowers had a hand on the offensive board, and then a whistle is just going to be out of bounds on Westington Springs. Caleb Richmond is limping back to the bench. We'll see if we see him again tonight or not. He's trying to stretch up stretch out, warm up behind the bench there. Colin Hughes, Moshe Richmond, Lars Tweet, little weave at the top of the key. Lars will now drive in, back out to Moshe. Moshe the drive, finds Tweet, right wing, 3-ball, got it. Lars Tweet from downtown, you can't leave him open like ever. 15-13, Spartans by 2, 5.5 to play first half. Right corner, Ponsolo drives, they got him doubled in the corner, kick ball, Moshe kicks it out of bounds. Well, again, Caleb trying to stretch out that leg, and I would assume in hopes to get back in here, but I don't know. That limp is pretty heavy. Ponsolo from the corner, his 3 is no good. Rebound tipped a couple times. Moshe will have it, and Moshe comes down on Luke Larson's foot and turns his ankle. He's walking tough is what I call that. He knows that hurts. He can't show it though. Especially not with Caleb already injured on the sideline. Colin Hughes across midcourt. Hughes on the dribble, leaves it for Rainford. Rainford on the drive. Tried to scoop it into Sabalier. Ball knocked away. Now 3 players on the deck, and we'll get a jump ball that'll go back to the Spartans. 5:03 left in the half. Spartan lead is 2. Washington Springs had an early 11-point advantage at 13-2, but Wolsey Wessington went on an 8-0 run to close out the first quarter, and we've been a basket or 2 ever since. And now here's a travel on Ponsolo. Changes here for Wessington Springs. Looks like Mebius will replace Ponsolo. Rainford is back in. Or no, Rainford was in. Rainford, Hughes, Moshe, Sabalier, and Tweet. Cross midcourt is Peyton Rainford. Now to Tweet. Lars the drive. Right side for Hughes. Colin driving in on Mahalik. Back up top for Moshe. Moshe to Rainford. Sets the screen. Cross court for Tweet. Tweet will fire the 3. Got it. Lars Tweet is heating up. Both 3s this quarter from Lars Tweet. All 6 of the Wolsey Wessington points. And the Warbirds gain a lead for the first time, 16-15. It's short-lived, though. Ryder Mahalik coast to coast with a free throw line jumper, 17-16 Spartans. Moshe, the offensive end, he'll fire the 3. No good off the heel, pops out to Mahalik. And Ryder back across the timeline. 17-16, Spartans by 1. Mahalik all the way to the rack. The teardrop won't go. Rebound tip, Moshe had a hand on it. Mahalik tied him up. And we'll have a jump ball that'll go to Wolsey Wessington. Here comes Sawyer Nelson on. Nelson to replace Sabalier with 4 minutes to play in the first half. A 1-point Wessington Springs lead, 17-16. Well, Graff was out for a minute. He's now gone back to the locker room. Caleb is on the sideline trying to stretch, but again, I'm just by the look of it, I'm not hopeful that we'll see either one of them again. Lars Tweet on the drive. Went as far as he could. Tried the little turnaround. No good. Hughes there for the offensive board. Can't hit the putback. Rebound Molnar. Molnar ahead to Mahalik. Mahalik left side. Luke Larson. Luke inside for Ryder. Back out Mebius. Carter for 3. No good. And a long rebound in the corner. Hughes chased it down and then landed kind of funny. Oh, Hughes got pushed. That's why he came down kind of hard. Wes Molnar, his 2nd. Oh, that's his 3rd. So now Mitchell will have to make some changes. Molnar has 3. Colby Flowers has 3. And Parker Graff is injured. Across midcourt, here's Moshe. 17-16, Spartans by 1. 3:10 to play first half here in Madison. Colin Hughes on the right wing. Gives it off to Moshe, guarded by Larson. Tweet in the right corner, guarded by Mebius. Tries the baseline drive. Mebius almost took it away. They'll fling it back up top for Moshe. Moshe crosses over, drives past 1. Layup too strong, and then a whistle. This is going to go on Sawyer Nelson. That's his first, and as far as I can tell, that is the 3rd overall foul on Wolsey Wessington. Spartans have collected, I think, 10? 4 here in the second quarter, so the Warbirds almost in the bonus. Here's Luke Larson for 3, and that one is good. That's a big one for Larson. 20-16, Spartans now by 4. Tweet to Hughes. Hughes backs it in, almost had it taken away by Mebius, and a travel as Hughes goes to the floor. So the Spartans building the lead again, back up to 4, and now with the basketball. .225 left to play in the first half. Jet Kleinsasser will see his first action of the night. Sawyer Nelson will check out. Larson across midcourt, right side to Ponsalo. Wessington Springs built a 4-point lead. Mahalik from 8 feet, the jumper no good. Moshe the rebound. Moshe to the right wing, crosses over on Larson, drives, lost it, picks it up, turns, scoops, shot, no good. Brandon Flowers the board. Flowers to Ponsalo. Ponsalo across the timeline for Mahalik. Ryder right wing, crosses over on Tweet, drives, shoots it across the baseline to Brandon Flowers. He gets doubled. Mebius, Ponsalo shoots it back inside. Larson back in the right corner to Mahalik. 5 on the shot clock. Larson on the wing, right side. Mebius, the drive, he lost it, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So not the possession the Spartans wanted just as they're building the lead again. Wolsey Wessington will get it back with 1:35 remaining in the first half. Wessington Springs 20, Wolsey Wessington 16, and boy, Caleb Richmond just doing everything he can over there to try to get back into the game, try to get loose, and just doesn't look like it's working out. Kleinsasser, the handoff for Tweet. Tweet gives it back to a cutting Kleinsasser. Jet with a teardrop, misses, but Hughes the rebound, kicks it out to Tweet for 3. That one's no good. Moshe comes in for the offensive board, then lost it, goes to dive to save it, and it's out off Wessington Springs. Apparently Ponsalo there in front of him got last touch. Wolsey Wessington will inbound to basically a new shot clock, 33. 1:19 to play in the first half. Warbirds down 4 as Lars Tweet will bring it in underneath their bucket. Into Kleinsasser, fakes on the 3. Back up top, and Luke Larson swatting at the ball will pick up his first foul. Also puts Wolsey Wessington in the bonus. So now you send Lars Tweet to the free throw line. Tweet 15 points last night in Wessington Springs, 5 3-pointers. First free throw is no good, and I don't know what the career 3-pointers made or maybe even attempted. I don't know what that is in Wolsey or for the Wolsey Wessington scorebooks, but Lars Tweet, I would just like to point out, is a sophomore. He hit his second free throw. He's got 7 points. It's 20-17, Spartans by 3. Left wing Ponsalo. Drives in, leaves it for Luke Larson. Larson to Mebius on the right side. He's guarded out there by Rainford. Mebius splits a double team all the way to the rack and scoops it up and in. Carter picks his spot and scores big, 22-17. Moshe for 3. Got it. Is that a 3? It was, I think. Maybe. So 7 would be 17. It was a 3. And down at the other end, Ryder Mahalik going to go reverse layup. He's got 8. Back to a 4-point game, 24-20. Spartans by 4. Shot clock is off. Final 20 seconds before the first half is over. Here's Moshe for Rainford for Tweet. 15 left in the first half. Tweet going to direct some traffic. I think he's trying to get a screen out there. Here comes Hughes. Oh, and Tweet led with the offhand and didn't get called. Here's a steal, and a long lob for Larson is over his head, not a bounce. So the Spartans get a steal right before the break and then turn it over. Wolsey Wessington will get it with 3.9 seconds left in the first half. 24-20, Spartans by 4. Grady Grant is back on. Also back on for Wessington Springs is Hayden Boucher. So Wolsey Wessington will have a quick chance to make it a one-possession game at the half. Tweet brings it into Hughes, and Hughes traveled. So Wessington Springs will get a chance with 2.4 seconds left in the first half. And Parker Graff is back on for the Wessington Springs Spartans. I don't know what this kid's secret is, but he comes back from injury quick. Graff been battling it all year, of course. Parker going to get a shot at the buzzer, and it's no good, and that'll do it for the first half here in Madison. At the half, Wessington Springs 24, Wolsey Wessington 20. Be back in 2 minutes with a halftime show. 2 minutes on KOKK.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Stop into Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great times. Shooter's has new hours. They're open Monday through Friday, 3 to close, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooter's is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to find the weekly special and any drink specials they may be having. You can still get all their normal menu items like their delicious ribeye dinner, and of course Shooter's famous homemade pizzas 4 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for lazy boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland Apparel is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with
Thank you very much.
Service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet, call them 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off a lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
And welcome back. It is halftime here at the Dakota State University Fieldhouse in Madison, Region 2B tonight. We already had one game, and boy, was that a good one. That one went to overtime. The final there, DeSmet came back. Well, the first time these two played, Castlewood and DeSmet, by the way, Castlewood won by 20. It was not even a ball game. Tonight, much different. Went to overtime. Castlewood wins by 2 in the closing seconds. So Castlewood will play in that Sodak 16 on Tuesday. And, of course, we'll have one more spot there from Region 2B. And it's going to be either Wolsey Wessington or Wessington Springs. And it's unfortunate that it can't be both. One note here, Parker Graff goes down on the very first play of the game for Wessington Springs. Caleb Richmond went down for Wolsey Wessington in that early on in that second quarter. Graff came back right at the end of the second quarter and played, well, for the final shot anyway, just a few seconds. And Caleb has not come back. He's trying to stretch everything out on the sideline, trying to get everything working and feeling good so he can get back in. But to this point, it doesn't look very good for Caleb Richmond. Of course, could get a treatment at halftime here, maybe come out feeling a little better. But he was over there trying to stretch it out, warm up and everything, and just didn't appear to me anyway like it was successful early on. But we'll see in the second half here. And again, the way Graff went down and the way he walked to the locker room and the way he was visibly upset, generally when you're visibly upset like that, you kind of know. You've either had the injury before, you know that it was kind of hurt, and of course he went down last night. So we'll see here tonight if Parker is able to do much in the second half, and we'll also keep an eye, of course, on Caleb Richmond, see if he's going to be able to get back into this one at all. So stars aside, still a very close ball game. Wessington Springs 24, Wolsey Wessington 20, and that's something we talked to both Coach Mitchell and Coach Hooks about, is you really got 5, 6, 7, 8 starters on these teams here. You got a solid bench, solid rotation here, fairly deep. Wessington Springs probably even a player or possibly even 2 deeper, depending on how you look at it. But a couple of teams that can absorb a loss here, at least for the short term, and both have fairly successfully. 11-10, Wessington Springs wins the second quarter. They won the first quarter as well, 13-10, but it was 13-2. Wolsey Wessington came out with an 8-0 run to close out that first quarter, and since it hasn't been more than one basket very many times. If it is, it's 4 or possibly 5 at the most, but it's mostly 4 or 2. At the half, Wessington Springs 24, Wolsey Wessington 20. Send it back for a minute, come back with our scoreboard update. Huron Tigers at home trying to punch their ticket to the AA Boys Basketball Tournament. We'll see how they're doing after a 1-minute timeout. It's halftime in Madison. Wessington Springs 24, Wolsey Wessington 20. Back in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake, treats, a pizza, or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to Madison, the Dakota State Fieldhouse here, site of our Region 2B semifinals. Checking the scoreboard here. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. Lori and Kindly at the Mirror, offering services for your entire family: cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatments, sugaring, eyelash extensions, shampoo sets. For an appointment at the Mirror, first of all, they do accept walk-ins, so you can walk in 35 4th Street Southeast. It's right across from the post office to the north, downtown Huron, bottom floor of the old Mason building there. So for an appointment, you can walk in or call Lori at 605-883-HAIR. That's 605-883-HAIR. You can also call or text Kylie at 605-553-1628. Again, 605-553-1628 for Kylie at the Mirror in downtown Huron. Lori and Kylie bringing us our scoreboard updates here. Wessington Springs leading Wolsey Wessington at the half, 24-20. Other B games, who's playing in the Sodak 16? Howard's in. They beat Bridgewater Emory tonight. Waverly South Shore's in. Gregory's in. Aberdeen Christian is in. Del Rapids St. Mary's is in. Viborg Hurley is in. Freeman is in. And Lyman is in. And we saw Castlewood tonight defeat DeSmet here in overtime, 47-45. What a crazy game that was. And then, of course, we need another entrance here for the Sodak 16, and that will be either the Wessington Springs Spartans or the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. For our Tiger game over there, Sturgis making a comeback right at the end of the second quarter. Almost to the half. They got about a minute to play in that second quarter. Huron 29, Sturgis 23. That is our game of the night over on Tiger Radio on 1340 AM and 95.3 FM. Jeff Duffy has the call on KIJV. Huron 29, Sturgis 23. A minute to play in the first half of that one. Here in Madison, Wolsey Wessington, 7 points for Lars Tweet, 7 points for Moshe Richmond. They lead the charge. Lars has hit 2 threes. Moshe hit 1. Everybody's free throw shooting. They're 5 of 8 from the line. The Spartans have shot 1 free throw. It was on a Colby Flowers old-fashioned 3, and he made it. Mebius has 4, Ryder Mahalik 8, Luke Larson hit a 3, and Colby Flowers has 9 to lead the Spartans. Wessington Springs 24, Wolsey Wessington 20 here at the half. We'll take one more 60-second break, come back with the second half. 1 minute on KOKK.
Brian J. Davidson and Sarah Agency in here. You changed thousands of diapers, put up hundreds of trusts, played hours because why it's so important to protect life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rocking Z Acres of Lexington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified, and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and cellular biology to help local producers, including amino-protein products to stimulate biology and hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts, and surface rain-fed products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school stores.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back. Second half underway. They are wasting no time. Guess what? Caleb Richmond and Parker Graff back out on the floor. Richmond with the taped ankle, Graff taped knee. Flowers has Moshe Richmond go down, and Colby's going to end up getting an easy basket out of the deal. He's got 11. 26-20, Spartans by 6. Here's a ball knocked away and a steal, or a near steal by Molnar, and then Tweet held him up as Molnar went after the loose ball. So Lars Tweet is going to get whistled for the foul. That's going to be his first, just the fourth on Wolsey Wessington in this entire game. It is their first, obviously, of the second half. 7:38 left, third quarter just underway. Spartans 26-20, and they'll lob it to Graff in the backcourt. Parker Graff back on, Caleb Richmond back on. Always great to see those kids come back. Now you know it's not something too serious. Here's a ball, Flowers lost it, picked up by Moshe. Moshe across the timeline for Peyton Rainford. Rainford to Caleb Richmond. Richmond on the right wing, guarded by Graff. Here's Moshe, top of the key, drives, leaves it in the corner for Rainford. Fakes on the three and then travels. Ryder Mahalik, when he went flying by, when he bit on that fake, he kind of kicked his foot out. I thought for a moment he might have kicked Rainford and got whistled for the foul, but apparently no contact there. They say Rainford traveled, didn't get the ball on the floor fast enough. Here's Parker Graff across midcourt. Right wing to Mahalik, trying to set up Flowers, but Moshe's got him locked up for now. Here's Flowers on the baseline drive. Throws up a runner, and that one is good. He got away for a moment, found himself a spot. He's got 13 to lead Wessington Springs, and now the lead is back to 8. 28-20 Spartans. Hughes up top for Tweet. Lars, the drive. He'll throw up a runner. Off the window, it's too strong. Mahalik the rebound, and now Wessington Springs a chance at a double-digit lead. Mahalik to Flowers for the bunny. Flowers has 6 points to start the third, 15 in the game. It's a 10-point lead, 30-20, Wessington Springs. Tweet and Molnar almost took another one away. Tweet able to find the handle on this one. Caleb to Moshe. Moshe crosses over, lost it, picked up by Mahalik. His lead pass is stolen right back, though, by Peyton Rainford. Rainford to Caleb in the corner for three. No good. Rebound, Colby Flowers. Colby over to Parker Graff. Graff, again, that right knee taped and sleeved. Last night he came out with both legs bare and then went down early on in that game. Went to the locker room, came back with the tape and the sleeve, and played the rest of the game. Graff driving baseline, throws up a runner. It won't go. Got his own rebound, tries it again. No good. Lars Tweet the board. And you can tell he's a little hesitant on the jump. Here's Hayden Hooks, a timeout. A 10-point Wessington Springs lead. Spartans go on a 6-0 run. Colby Flowers goes on a 6-0 run to start the third quarter. Let's take a timeout of a minute. 60 seconds here on KOKK.
big fight event right here in South Dakota. Go to your local food store. During the game, bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. And here on Regional Medical Center, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeon Francis Cavanova and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the pro rehab physical therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Get your appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes at Huron Regional Medical Center.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Well, scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. The Huron Tigers have opened up a 10-point lead at the break at home against Sturgis. Here's a Colin Hughes bunny to get the scoring in the second half going for Wolsey Wessington. Cuts Wessington Springs lead to 8, 30-22. Colby Flowers in, down in the corner, draws a double team. Flowers cross court, ripped by Rainford. Rainford and Parker Graff going step for step, and Graff going to reach in and foul him. So Parker will pick up his first foul. That'll be the first of the second half. 8-point Spartan lead. Graff going to check out as Sam Ponsolo comes in. And for Wessington Springs, it's nice to see Graff on the floor. Went down early, went to the locker room for most of the first half. Came back out. Caleb Richmond also went down in the second quarter, went to the locker room, came back out, and didn't play the rest of the half, but started the second half. Here's Moshe in close. No good. Flowers the board. Molnar across the timeline. Down to Mahalik in the right corner. Draws a double back to Molnar on the wing. West on the dribble. Rainford to defend. Here's Mebius, left side. Ponsolo from the corner. The dish to Mahalik. Inside to Flowers. Colby turns off the window. Too strong. Got his own rebound, and he's fouled. And Colby Flowers going to go to the free throw line as Flowers came out of the halftime locker room ready to roll. He went on a 6-0 run of his own. Hughes broke that up now, so it's a 6-2 run, but Flowers a chance to add on to it. First free throw is up and in. Parker Graff back in. He'll replace Molnar. Flowers ready with his second free throw. Colby has shot both of the Wessington Springs free throws. You heard that right. They shot 2 free throws so far. Well, make it 3 as Flowers knocks down both. He's got 8 in the quarter, 17 in the game, and it's back to a 10-point Spartan lead, 32-22. Across the timeline, Moshe, Hughes, Tweet. Little weave at the top of the key. Lars looks at 3, takes the deep one, no good. Rebound left side is to Ponsolo. Sam slowly back across midcourt, right wing to Mebius. Carter, a double, lobs it up for Mahalik. Mahalik at the free throw line, had it knocked away, scoops it out to Graff for 3. Parker Graff, good from downtown. Spartan fans starting to feel it, 35-22, a 13-point lead, biggest of the game for Wessington Springs. And here's Moshe running into Carter Mebius, and Mebius will pick up his second foul. Just about the midway point of the third now, 4:10 left in the third quarter, 35-22. It's a 13-point Wessington Springs lead. Wolsey Wessington inbounding on their end. Tweet, the lob top of the key to Rainford, left side for Moshe. Here's the Savalier screen. Moshe on the dribble to the top of the key, fakes on the 3, drives, leaves it for Hughes. Hughes right wing 3 ball, no good. Moshe there for the rebound. Didn't catch iron, so he'll try it again. Hughes for 3. This one caught iron, but it's no good. Graff on the board. Parker back across midcourt, and now Hughes knocked Colby Flowers down, and Colin going to pick up a foul, and they're trying to decide if it's going to be a flagrant foul or not. The fans want a flagrant, but it will not be. So Colin, for his... Oh, they didn't even call a foul. Oh, okay, they did. So Colin Hughes with 2 fouls now. Wanted the flagrant, didn't get the call, did get the foul called, so it'll give him that. Here's Mahalik, the drive, leaves it, Flowers, bunny, bang. Colby Flowers off the chain in the third quarter. 10 in the third, 19 in the game. Spartans up 15 points. Hooks wants a timeout. We'll do it too. We're back in 30 seconds on KOKK.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Madison, Dakota State University's Trojan Fieldhouse. Wessington Springs, Wolsey Wessington, a rubber match. Wessington Springs won the 281 championship over Wolsey Wessington with an epic comeback. And now, well, a couple weeks after that, they went to Wolsey, and Wolsey Wessington comes out victorious, 45-39. And the rubber match now for a chance at the Sodak 16. Here's Tweet, top of the key, the drive. Lars leaves it in the corner for Rainford. Peyton for three, no good, but a whistle. And I think Peyton's going to get 3 free throws as Parker Graff fouled him, and Parker's limping again, and he's going to have to come out. Was not able to get that knee stable, and he can come back for a little while and then kind of hurts it again. And so Wes Molnar will come in, Luke Larson will come in, Brandon Flowers will come in. They'll replace Colby and Parker and Sam Ponsolo. Peyton Rainford will get free throws. I think he gets 3, and he does. Rainford 4 points on the night. He's 2 of 4 from the line. First free throw is good. So Wolsey, or Wessington Springs, the biggest lead of the night so far is 15. Now it's back to 14 on the Rainford free throw. He's got 2 more. He knocks down another. So 6 for Peyton tonight. He'll match Moshe and Lars's 7 with another make, and he does. He is 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Third Warbird with 7 points. 37-25, Spartans by a dozen. Brandon Flowers off to Luke Larson. Luke draws a double team out near the timeline. Had it tipped out of his hands. Moshe picks it up, finds Rainford. Rainford's fouled on his way up by Larson, and Rainford will shoot a couple of free throws. So for Wessington Springs, just important to keep their composure here as they had a 15-point lead. So down to 12, and now more free throws coming for Rainford. 3:09 to play here in the third. For Wolsey Wessington, of course, keep doing what you're doing. Saw it balloon to 15, and again, speaking of composure, Rainford good on another free throw. Misses the back end, and a foul on the rebound will go against Wolsey Wessington. So that's 4 on the Warbirds. Spartans also have 4, so next whistle will put anybody in the bonus. The foul's on Sabalier. That's his first. So 37-26, an 11-point Spartan lead. 3 minutes left in the third. Across the timeline is Molnar. Pass into a cutting Ryder Mahalik. Mahalik can't hit the layup. Brandon Flowers the rebound and the putback. Colby with 10 this quarter. That's Brandon's first basket. Oh, and here's a steal by Luke Larson. Larson back to Mahalik. Spartans in business. Mahalik to drive. Lost it. Picks it up. They get it back inside to Mebius, and Carter Mebius able to muscle one in. Carter with a half dozen lead back to 15. 41-26 Spartans. 2:25 to play in the third. Tweet right wing for Hughes. Up top for Moshe. Moshe the drive. He got locked up by Mahalik. No foul called. I think it's just going to... Oh, maybe they did call a foul. He did. I guess I didn't hear a whistle. Ryder Mahalik whistled for his third. Subs coming in for both squads, but not till Moshe shoots a free throw. First is up and in. Jet Kleinsasser in for Woolsey Wessington. Ponsalo and Colby Flowers in for Springs. Mebius and Brandon Flowers will check out. Looks like Sabalier comes out. Oh, no, maybe not. Sabalier's going to stay in. I think maybe Hughes came out. 2:17 to play here, third quarter. Back to a 14-point advantage. Moshe can shave off another. He does. Moshe's got 9. He's 4 of 4 from the line. The Warbirds have shot a lot of free throws, and they've made a lot of them. Luke Larson across midcourt, a 13-point Spartan lead. Larson for Ponsalo. Ponsalo, Mahalik, right side in the paint. They tried to get it to Flowers. Lars Tweet took it away. Tweet on the deck now. You're going to get a travel or a jump ball? It'll be a jump ball. Lars heads up play there. He was on his rear end there. Did not switch cheeks. Remember that. That's a travel. You got to stay on the one cheek there, bud. Brandon Flowers is coming in. Mahalik will check out. Lars Tweet going to inbound now with 2 minutes to play in the third. Washington Springs still double-digit lead right now, 41-28. It's been double digits a couple of times. It was 11 in the first quarter. Warbirds went on an 8-0 run to make it a one-possession game. And it was 15 a few minutes ago. Spartans had it down to 10 again, but then a couple of quick baskets back to 15. Right now, 41-28. Moshe the baseline drive. Leaves it out to Tweet. 3, top of the key is airmail. And I think it was tipped by the Spartans, so Mahalik had to save it in, or Ponsalo rather, and he did. Ponsalo in to Molnar. Molnar, down court, Luke Larson. Larson, right side, Molnar. Here's West for 3. No good. Long rebound, no Brandon Flowers. The putback won't go. Rebound this time tipped out to the free throw line to Molnar, and they'll have another look. It got iron as well, so a fresh shot clock with 1:10 to play here in the third quarter. Spartans up 13, and now a whistle will send Luke Larson to the line. Rainford or Tweet, both were there, trying to double Luke into a turnover. It'll be Lars Tweet, and that's his second. Both teams in the bonus here for 1:09 left in the third quarter. Larson's first free throw is good for Luke. He has a 3-point basket in the second quarter, and now that free throw puts him at 4. Luke Larson, another free throw. Second is on the way. That one is off the heel and no good. Rebound out to Jet Kleinsasser. Kleinsasser, quick double team, almost got him to give it up. Over to Moshe now. Rainford across the timeline. Peyton hands off to Jet, left wing. Moshe high post, turns, drives, off the window. Too strong. Rebound Colby Flowers. Flowers over to Ponsalo. Here comes the double. Ponsalo had to save it in. Colby Flowers going to chase it into the backcourt, and we're going to get a timeout. Smart play, timeout. Mitchell will hold possession. 44 seconds to play third quarter. 42-28. Spartans by 14. We're back in 30. A 30-second timeout on KOKK.
Tyson Lee. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to try chiropractic for motion and posture. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and medical supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance and mood. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend getting chiropractic.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Dakota State University in Madison, the Trojan Fieldhouse here, home of the Dakota State University Trojans. Trojan looks a little bit like a Spartan. Trojan faces the right, though. Spartan's looking left. I don't know my mythology, so I'm not sure if that's symbolic or not. Washington Springs a 14-point lead. Mahalik tried to drop it inside for Flowers, knocked away by Tweet, picked up by Kleinsasser. Jet is jetting the other way. See what I did there? Kleinsasser to Tweet. Tweet the drive. Lost it halfway down the lane. Finds the handle. Turns. Fires. Shot came up short. Mahalik the rebound. Mahalik back across the timeline. Rainford hanging back for some full court defense, trying to get him to turn it over. Maybe it's up top for Parker Graff, who's back in again. Ponsalo on the wing, back to Graff. Parker going to fire the deep three, no good. Tweet the rebound. Tweet's pass, though, tipped by Ponsalo, stolen by Mahalik. Mahalik leans in and gets the contact. Lars Tweet's third foul going to send Ryder Mahalik to the free throw line with 1.4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Already a 42-28 lead, so 2 free throws would put Springs to their biggest lead of the night at the end of the third quarter. Mahalik will shoot a pair. First is up and in. Ryder Mahalik with 9 points. He can also get himself to double digits. He'd be the second Spartan to get there as Flowers leads him with 19. Flowers has double digits in this quarter. 10 in the quarter, 19 in the game. So 15 the lead. Mahalik's shot is up and good. It's the biggest lead of the night with 1.4 seconds remaining in the third. 44-28 Wessington Springs. Wolsey Wessington will inbound to 1.4 seconds and will try a heave. Who gets it? Looks like it'll be Jet Kleinsasser. Football style, and it's 7 rows deep into the stands. I think it got a girl right in the side of the head. We'll make sure she's okay. And the Wessington Springs fans, 44-28, a 16-point lead. They're on their feet here at the Fieldhouse. We'll send it back to the studios for a minute. Back in 60 seconds with the fourth quarter, 1 minute on KOKK.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raised registering Simmental Bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes on the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron. Onward Rosie Business Association supports all activities at Rosie Washington School. Onward Rosie Business Association includes Sun Club, Big Paper, Rosie Washington School, the City of Rosie, Hand Plant Outfitter, Dozen Coffee, HMS Heating and Cooling, Detroit Environmental Engineering, Best of Luck Warburg, and the Onward Rosie Business Association.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Dakota State University. 2B action tonight. Brandon Flowers, the pass into the paint. He's doubled, and he's going to have to clear it back out to Ponsalo. Fourth quarter just underway. Here's Parker Graff on the wing, working off a screen. Flips it over to Luke Larson. Luke in the corner. Here's Ponsalo for 3. No good. Rebound, Rainford. Rainford left side to drive. His pass stolen. Taken away by Ponsalo. Ponsalo back across midcourt. Wessington Springs going to work. Up 16. 7 minutes to play. And, you know, the 281 championship game was played at the Huron Arena. Sort of a mirror image of this, where Wessington Springs, or Wolsey Wessington, was just kind of rolling early, got things going, built a lead. But then right around the end of the third, the beginning of the fourth, the momentum kind of shifted a little bit. And Wessington Springs, of course, went on to complete one of the biggest comebacks I have ever seen. And if Wolsey Wessington hopes to make that SODAC 16 appearance this year, they're going to have to do the same here. 44-28 Wessington Springs leads with 7:02 to play. Moshe's first free throw is no good. The Warbirds are 11 of 16 from the free throw line tonight. The Spartans are 6 of 7. In fact, Colby Flowers, I think himself, well, he's 3 of 3, I guess. Ryder Mahalik is 2 of 2. Moshe's second free throw rattles, and it's going to pop out. Tough luck free throws, 44-28, a 16-point Spartan lead, 6:55 left. Pass inside, Graff to Flowers. He's fouled on the way in. So Colby will shoot a couple of free throws, trying to get into the 20-point range. He's got 19 right now. Fouls on Lars Tweet. That'll be 4 on Tweet. And if this Wolsey Wessington team does want to mount a comeback, Probably going to need a couple of long balls from Mr. Tweet. Colby Flowers' first free throw draws front iron and crawls up and in. He's got 20, and boy, the Spartans red hot from the line. They're 7 of 8. Flowers ready for another. Airborne and good. Flowers nothing but net. So 21 for Colby to lead all scorers. Lead is 18, 46-28. Washington Springs, 6:47 to play. Moshe on the left wing. Here comes Sabalier for the screen. Down to Rainford in the left corner. Back to Isaiah at the top. Left wing Rainford. Back to Moshe in the corner. Thinking about a three. Drives past one. Drives into Flowers. Shot is up. No good. Rebound Parker Graff. Graff ahead to Mebius. Carter at the top of the key. And boy, Moshe just doing everything to try to get a steal. Pass inside is off Flowers' hands and out of bounds. Comes Jet Kleinsasser and Colin Hughes in. Sawyer Nelson checking off. Sabalier will come out as well. So Tweet, Rainford, Kleinsasser, Hughes, and Moshe. Caleb behind the bench, kind of stretching out that knee again. Here is a Moshe Richmond three. He's got a dozen, and that'll prompt a Hooks timeout. So with 6:11 to play, Washington Springs lead is 15, 46-31. We're back after a Warbird timeout of a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
Full timeout, full timeout.
This is Christopher Copeland, agent at Volkerson Associates Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Sierra Leone, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 645-452-4943. Let's talk about insurance needs today.
Stop into Shooter Saloon in Walden today for some good food, good drinks, and great fun. Shooters open hours, so open Monday through Friday, 3 to 4, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooters is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow the Facebook page to find the weekend special and any drink specials in your area. You can still get all the normal menu items like the delicious ribeye dinner and four Shooters famous homemade pizza at 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooter Saloon in Walden.
Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Dakota State University. Washington Springs, Wolsey Wessington. Travel the 70-plus miles here to play a game that I still say we could have played at the Huron Arena before the Tigers game. Speaking of the Tigers, they're up 46-31 with a couple minutes to play yet in the third quarter. Here is Mebius inside, good off the window. Carter has 8, and the lead is 17. Pass inside, Kleinsasser to Hughes. Hughes trying to work Flowers, couldn't get him off his feet. Pass up top, ripped, stolen away by Molnar. Layup at the other end. 19, biggest lead of the day with 5.5 to play for the Spartans. Down in the right corner, it's Hughes. Hughes on the dribble, drives, runs right into Flowers and lost it. Travel and a turnover back to Washington Springs, and Spartans starting to roll here, 50-31. Lead can go north of 20 for the first time tonight. Full court pressure for Wolsey Wessington as the Warbirds not wanting this to be their final game this season. Mahalik will have it go off his foot and out of bounds, so they'll get a turnover with 5:13 to play. Tweet will bring it in. Washington Springs with Molnar, Graff, Mahalik, Mebius, and Flowers. Tweet for Rainford across the timeline, Moshe. 5 minutes to play, 19-point Spartan lead. Moshe the drive. Splits a double team, and Moshe's fouled, and he'll go to the line. And it's either Mahalik or Flowers. Colby Flowers. So that's 4 on Colby. He has 4. I think Molnar's got 3. I think Mahalik has 3. Lars Tweed has 4 for Wolsey Wessington. Nobody else on the Warbirds, I think, has more than 2. Ponsalo ready to come in. I assume he'll replace Flowers. Free throws for Moshe. First is no good. Moshe is 4 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight. He leads Wolsey Wessington with 12 points. Colby will check out for Ponsalo with 5:01 to play. Moshe Richmond back to the stripe. Second free throw off the heel and no good, but Tweet there for the offensive rebound. He'll give it to Moshe. Moshe the drive, lost it on the way in, and a foul on the Weston Springs Spartans. Moshe lost it. He went to grab it back and then kicked the pass out, and apparently Ponsalo reached in and swatted him, so that'll be Ponsalo's first. It's the third on the team, and there's a three, no good, but Hughes the offensive rebound, and now ball knocked away. Oh, it's stolen by Mahalik. Mahalik ahead to Graff, and Graff got pushed down by Moshe Richmond, or no, Molnar did, and I don't think they're going to call the flagrant. That's the second time tonight that the fans have wanted a flagrant and did not get it. And I'm not sure what a flagrant really is if that wasn't one. The one before I think was a little more incidental, but if that one's not a flagrant, I'm not sure what a flagrant is. I don't know if we'll see one tonight or not then. Mahalik just across midcourt, left wing Molnar. And Joey Mitchell and Hayden Hooks both kind of agreed before this game that this is not quite a rivalry yet, but it's kind of brewing. It's starting to get there. I think this game is going to get us a lot closer to that. Molnar the handoff for Mebius. Carter, a little fancy footwork. The drive, the runner, it's up and in. Carter Mebius has 10. And the lead is 21 points with 4 minutes to play as Weston Springs tries to get themselves into the Sodak 16. Moshe trying to go the other way, will lay it in for 2. Richmond with 14 points. 52-33 Spartans. Mahalik on the wing left side. Bounces it off to Molnar. Molnar back to Mahalik. Ryder breaks baseline. Past one. Lays it up. It rattles and it's going to go. Mahalik with a dozen. Again, it's 21 points. Kleinsasser traveled on the inbounds and will turn it over on the Spartan end. Everything coming up Weston Springs late in this one. 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go. 54-33 Spartans. Ponsalo will bring it in for Weston Springs, right in front of Coach Mitchell. Spartans trying to win their 20th game. Here's Mebius, another drive, another finish. A dozen for Mebius, and that's the biggest lead again, 56-33. Weston Springs all over it. Here's another steal. Ponsalo takes it away. Ponsalo to Graff. Graff swings it out to Mebius. Carter for 3. Came up short. Rebound Rainford. Rainford ahead to Tweet. Lars Tweet down in the corner for Hughes. Hughes fakes, drives, and is fouled by Mahalik. So Ryder now has 4 fouls. 56-33 Weston Springs on top. 2:54 left in this ball game as Colin Hughes will go to the free throw line as Mahalik with his 4th foul. Colin Hughes, 2 points tonight. First free throw is good. Savalier will come in as Jet Kleinsasser is out. Second free throw good for Hughes. Good on both. He's got 4 points. 56-35, a 21-point Weston Springs lead, 2:45 to play. Mebius, Ponsalo, Flowers, touch pass into Molnar for the basket and the foul. Count it and 1 as Wesley will stand at the free throw line, waiting for the extra. The foul's on Peyton Rainford. That'll be Peyton's first, team's 3rd. So the lead swells as Weston Springs slowly closing that window for the Wolseley Wessington Warbirds. The free throw is good for Molnar. All 5 of his points have come here in the 4th. And it's a 24-point Spartan lead with 2.5 to play. 59-35. Moshe crossover into the lane, all the way to the rack. Can't finish. Colby Flowers the rebound. Colby ahead to Ponsalo. Ponsalo back to Parker Graff. Right back to Sam across the timeline. Ponsalo on the dribble. Here comes the double team. Molnar down to Flowers, left side of the baseline. Cutting to the basket is Ponsalo. He gets the pass but can't finish it off. Rebound Molnar inside to Flowers, who flips it up and in. Colby with 23 points and a big performance in a big game here at the Dakota State Fieldhouse. 61-35. Washington Springs looking to move into that Sodak 16. Castlewood's in. It took overtime, but they beat DeSmet earlier today, 47-45. Now Washington Springs trying to punch their ticket, and it appears, barring some sort of epic comeback, that they will. 61-35 they lead as Colin Hughes shoots a couple of free throws. First is good. And they're slowly starting to head for the exits here at the Fieldhouse in Madison. Hughes' second free throw is good. Colin 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. He's got a half dozen for Wolsey Wessington. Moshe in the backcourt trying to get a steal. But 24 points in 2 minutes, a little bit much. Mebius out near the timeline. Splits a double team, drives to the free throw line, back outside to Ponsalo, and now Parker Graff. Graff going to throw it away. Cross court a pass looking for Ponsalo was over his head and into the front row of the stands. Tweet, inbounds for Rainford across the timeline, Moshe. Moshe just left to the top, will fire the three, no good. Rebound Parker Graff, and Graff got up there for that rebound. That's something we haven't seen him do a whole lot of since he's hurt the knee twice tonight and had to come out of the game twice and go to the locker room twice. And I questioned him coming back twice. Mebius, Flowers, cross court for Graff. Ponsalo, Mebius, 10 on the shot clock. Mebius will take a shot inside, no good. Rebound batted around. Sabalier comes up with it. Rainford to the other end and had it knocked away at the last second. Sabalier finds the handle. Right corner for Moshe. Here's Tweet for three. That one's no good. Long rebound out to Mebius. And Wessington Springs is going to the Sodak 16. They're going to pick up a 20th win tonight. They will head into that Sodak 16, I got to believe, a 4, as they are 20-2. I'm not positive on that, but I think with them ranked 4th, I think probably would go in, because Castlewood's above them, so Castlewood will go in, I'm not real sure, as a 2 or a 3. Maybe we'll try to get a look at that in the post-game show. I don't know if they'll have it up on the app that fast, but with 46 seconds to play, Washington Springs is going to win this one. 61-37 they lead. For Wolsey Wessington, their season will come to a close tonight with a mark of 17-4. Wolsey Wessington will graduate Peyton Rainford, Moshe Richmond, Colin Hughes, Harley Roberts, Keaton Zomer, and Isaiah Sabalier. A huge graduating class. Every one of them contributes. Wolsey Wessington going to have their hands full rebuilding this one next year. Right corner, here's Washington Springs making the changeover as Brandenburg is in. Cardona is in. Tregan Jensen is in. Ronick Fierstead is on the floor. I think I got them all. Jet Kleinsasser on the other side. Cooper Tim is on. Harley Roberts is on. First free throw for Kleinsasser is no good. Keaton Zomer, Cooper Tim, Harley Roberts, Jet Kleinsasser. Second free throw is no good. And Clay Carey is the other one on. Long lead pass down for Fierstead. He's able to catch up to it, and that will about do it. Oh, here's a ball knocked into the backcourt. That one chased down by Cordona. Cordona back over to Brandenburg and across the timeline, and that's going to do it. Your final score here, Wessington Springs 61, Wolsey Wessington 37. Wessington Springs will play next Tuesday in the Sodak 16 with a chance at the State B's on the line. Wolsey Wessington will see their season come to a close here tonight with a mark of 17-5. We'll wrap it all up in the Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame show, which comes your way in 2 minutes. 2 minutes on 1210 KOKK.
Thank you so much.
For
We'll
Burns
see what drives
Manufacturing
safe.
in Wessington.
Please
These
do not be on the
feeders are
court.
built with
Thank you
convenience
so much.
and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Burns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Burns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation. The Onward Wolsey Business Association supports all activities of the Wolsey Wessington School. The Onward Wolsey Business Association includes 281 Travel Center and Roland Mill Restaurant, American Bank and Trust, Schumacher Repair, McGilvery Heating and Cooling LLC, Mid-Dakota, Pullman Wells Road, First Stop Insurance, and Engelbrechtson's Just One More. Best of luck to the Warbirds from the Onward Wolsey Business Association.
This is Crystal Volkertson, agent at Volkertson Associates Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron, Miller,
See you
I'm
again.
looking out for
All right,
orders
take
to
care.
you.
We'll see
Even
probably
when nothing's
Tuesday.
wrong. Call me
No,
today
I'll
at
cover
605-352.
probably a little bit of Sanborn in the
4943.
girls tournament, and then this Sodak Tuesday, and then the boys if they get in. Because the Tiger boys, it looks like, are going to get in too. So, yep. So if they win, that'll be it. Will be
Your
their state
headquarters
tournament
for
run.
Sports is
Take
Dakota
care.
Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to Madison, where the Wessington Springs Spartans are in the Sodak 16. Castlewood won an earlier game, a close one, an overtime game, 47-45. Wessington Springs able to pull away in the second half of this one and win comfortably 61-37. Again, thanks to Gary Zell Auto Glass for sponsoring our post-game report. We also want to thank the Mirror Family Hair Care. They bring us scoreboard updates. We'll get a full check of the scoreboard a little bit later on, but I did want to get you updated on the Huron Tigers. With 6 minutes to play, the Tigers lead by a dozen, 55-43. That is our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. Mr. Jeff Duffy has the call on 1340 AM, 95.3 FM. Tiger Radio, the Huron Tiger boys hosting Sturgis there at the Huron Arena. So that's the other game of the night over on Tiger Radio here on KOKK. Wessington Springs able to improve their season mark to 20 wins and 2 losses. Last check, they were rated 4. I don't know if that means that they will go into the Sodak 16 as a 4. Probably, I'm assuming, in that 3-4 range. Castlewood, I'm assuming, would be above them. They were a 1 seed here in this region to Wessington Springs 2. So, but I would assume or guess that Wessington Springs would be in that 4-5, 3-4, right in that range. And Jeff Duffy, of course, will have all the scoop for you there Monday morning for sure. And I'll check the app before we go. If there's an update on that, I'll pass it along. So for Hayden Hooks and his Wolsey Wessington Warbirds, they will end their season here tonight. 17 wins, 5 losses on the year. They will also bid farewell to a whole bunch of ball players here. Peyton Rainford is a senior. Moshe Richmond is a senior. Colin Hughes is a senior. So that's 3 starters right there. Harley Roberts is a senior. Keaton Zomer is a senior. Isaiah Sabalier is a senior. I've seen them all play extensive minutes throughout this season, so obviously every one of them contributes, and it'll be a pretty tough class to replace here as Peyton Rainford, Moshe Richmond, Colin Hughes, Harley Roberts, Keaton Zomer, and Isaiah Sabalier have laced it up for the last time here for the Warbird basketball team. Taking a look at the stats from tonight, Jet Kleinsasser 0 for 2 from the line. All 5 starters scored for Wolsey Wessington. Caleb Richmond 2 points in the game, 6 for Colin Hughes. He was 4 of 4 from the line. Lars Tweed hit for 7. He was 1 of 2 from the line. Peyton Rainford put in 8. He was 6 of 9 from the line. And Moshe Richmond 14 points in his final game as a Wolsey Wessington Warbird. He leads them with 14. He went 4 of 8 from the free throw line. And again, 14 to lead Wolsey Wessington here tonight. 10 in the first, 10 in the second, 8 in the third, 9 in the fourth. They scored 37 in the game. They are 15 of 25 from the free throw line, and they see their season end with a mark of 17 wins and 5 losses. Over to Westhaven Springs, so we'll play in the Sodak 16 next Tuesday. Westhaven Springs will carry a mark of 20 wins and 2 losses into that Sodak 16. Coming in tonight for scoring numbers, Luke Larson off the bench with 4. He was 1 of 2 from the line. Brandon Flowers off the bench with 2. The 5 starters did score for Westhaven Springs. Parker Graff 3 points. Parker came out of this game multiple times for that knee and came back both times, and then ended up even playing right down to the final minute. So we'll just have to see, I guess, how Graff looks next Tuesday, or how much he's able to chip in there. He had 3 tonight. 5 for Wes Molnar. He was 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 3 more in double figures. Carter Mebia scored 12, including 6 in the fourth quarter. He had 8 of his 12 in the second half. 12 as well for Ryder Mahalik. Mahalik went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, but tonight was Colby Flowers' night. Flowers scored 7 in the first, 2 in the second, 10 in the third, 4 down the stretch, 23 in the game. Colby was perfect from the line, 5 out of 5, and he did it in the second half with foul trouble. Westhaven Springs, 13 in the first, 11 in the second, 20 in the third, 17 in the fourth, 61 in the game. They go 9 of 10 from the line, led by Colby Flowers with 23, Ryder Mahalik with 12, and Carter Mebius also with 12 points. More Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame report comes your way after a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the scoreboard update. Scoreboard, of course, brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. We'll see how them Tigers did, and we'll see if we can make any sense of what next Tuesday might look like here on Dakota Sports. Again, the final score here tonight, 61-37 Wessington Springs. Back in 2 minutes with more postgame report. 2 minutes on KOKK.
Stop into Shooters Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great time. Shooters has new hours. They're open Monday through Friday, 3 to close, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooters is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to find the weekly special and any drink specials they may be having. You can still get all their normal menu items like their delicious ribeye dinner, and of course Shooters' famous homemade pizzas 4 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooters Saloon in Wolsey.
Hi, I am Tyson Lee. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Clark Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Clark Chiropractic a shot.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of area high school sports and sponsor of the post-game show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does chip repairs and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.